Hey guys, Samuel7 here, and welcome to HRL Season 5, Round 7, Northbloom GP. On the front row, we're going to have Fireball and Justice. Remember, Moto 2 here at Northbloom. We're going to have Commando Pack and Bean on the second row. Third row is going to be Camby 5th and Opex 6th. And then, 7th, we're going to have Roman and 8th Hunter. Following them up in 9th and 10th is going to be Elite and Vulcan. And then in the 6th row, we're going to have Real Deal and Stand by Luke 7. And in the final row, all by himself, is going to be Detail. Alright, here we go. No view in the lights here, so you're just going to have to judge when the drivers start going. That's when it'll be green flag. And it looks like it's green already. Wow, nice start right there for Justice. Early lead for him. Oh no! Already a driver flipping. I think that was Commando Pack. It was hard to tell. I think it was Commando Pack. Oh, that's not going to end well. Yep, couple drivers pretty wild off the track. Roman spinning out again. Man, some of these guys just cannot buy a good start today. It's always bad. It's always really, really bad for some of them. Bean, though, for once, actually gets a good start, and he's actually in second right now, hunting down Justice, so that's huge for him. I don't want to give him PTSD, but if you remember a couple weeks back at Fox Lake, he was just a lap away from getting his first moto win on Halo 5, and in the second moto, and he cheesed it in the final rhythm, going into the last lap, and went from first to third or fourth or so, and ended up finishing third. So that really sucked for him. And or I think he ended up finishing second, but that sucked for him, and he was really disappointed with that, I'm sure. So this is a great opportunity for him. He's by Justice. He's got a good start. He's fast on this track. I think the only person, or the only, with some of these bad starts throughout the pack, if one of the Lil Pump drivers gets behind him, they might be able to hunt him down. And the question is, which one of them is the furthest up? Which one of them got the best start? And at this moment, I can't exactly tell. Gonna get a nice shot of the Guerco corner there, going into the second chicane. Through the uphill for the final corner. And I think that's Detail right there. So Detail's up there quite a bit. I'm not sure who's in front of him, though. There's definitely a couple more drivers. Looks like Detail's trying to work his way by Justice. Justice having not too bad of a run so far, though. And I think that's 1-2 right there, and that's Real Deal in second. So Real Deal is in second, and he'll definitely pose a threat to Bean. Detail, if he can get into third, he might be able to get up there, pose a threat. I mean, you know the other two drivers are going to be playing very defensive, though. They do not want Detail to get a double sweep. That's never even happened. I was having trouble saying it because never even had to think about it. But if he gets up there, it's a possibility. Always got to have that on the mind. Speaking of which, before I forget to mention it, he did make HRL history even without the double sweep, because we've never had a driver since we introduced the two moto format. We've never had a driver get 3 moto wins in a row, which is really weird. Like that's really weird to say because it doesn't sound right, but it's actually a fact. I went back and checked. So Detail is the first driver to get 3 moto wins in a row. Meanwhile, Real Deal has made gains, and he is showing a threat to Bean. Oh, with the nice crossover, too. But I think this might work out for Bean, possibly. Real Deal's going to have to hold the outside really nice, and he doesn't. He kind of turns late. Oh, man, that's unfortunate for Real Deal. But Bean kind of got lucky there. I got to say it. I mean, he made a really nice move. I'll give him that with the crossover. But if Real Deal stuck on him a little bit harder in that following corner, that could have been an easy Real Deal move to the lead, and that would have made Bean's race here pretty difficult. Obviously, I don't think Bean would have been out of it if Real Deal got by him, but it certainly would have made it harder. I wouldn't doubt Bean, though, because he is very aggressive today, and he looks like a completely different driver. And interestingly enough, we have a Lil Pump 234 behind Bean, so that's almost like it's a very similar running to last moto already, except for Bean. Just add Bean into the mix. Who are we watching here? We watching Vulcan? I believe this is Vulcan. Yeah, 100%. Trying to get by Elite, just way off the track here. Vulcan trying to get back on. Oh, it gets a little loose. Definitely going to lose some time off of that. Making gains in the Guerco corner. Gonna go through the second chicane. Through the final corner, and yeah, Vulcan just trying to get by Elite here. Elite actually had a good finish in the first moto. I think he got top 5, so might be a tough. I mean, Vulcan did as well, though. Vulcan got 4th, so 2 competitive drivers here. I mean, somewhat. Vulcan had a huge lead on the rest of the pack, though. You got to admit, Vulcan was just outside of that top 3, and that top 4 in general, though, were way far away from anyone else in the pack in that first moto. Vulcan with some nice. This is kind of looking like Bean and Real Deal's battle here with that nice crossover. But Elite's just going to shove him way up high. He's not making this pass easy at all for Vulcan. Vulcan's probably getting pretty pissed. We're going to go back on board with Real Deal because he's getting close to Bean yet again. Like I said before, if any of the Lil Pump drivers got close to Bean, they might pose a threat, and it's Real Deal, and he is posing a threat. He almost got him the last time. He came very, very close, and now he's behind him again. And look at Detail just diving that corner. We could see Detail possibly in this as well soon. Look at Real Deal. He's so aggressive. But Bean in the heats and in the semi, he was in the same position, and he very aggressively fought back, and he's going to do it again. Bean shoves Real Deal super hard out of the neg camber. Bean does not want to let this win go out of his grasp. He is looking like a completely different driver today, and you know, if this was a race in Season 3, he probably would have just gave up that position. Nope, not happening today. He is going ham, and he wants that win. But, I mean, all these drivers got to pose a threat. You have Real Deal right behind him. You have Detail closing in very, very soon. And I think you have Luke right behind Detail. Bean getting an extremely close call right there with a 2-wheel and saves it. So Bean is literally holding on by a string. Wow, I just came up with that pun. Let's go. But, yeah, that was really close. He's kind of running out of get-out-of-jail-free cards right now. He's running on low fumes. One more mistake and it has to affect him. So he's going to have to run the rest of this race clean because I don't think he has any more get-out-of-snake-free cards. I don't think he can have another close call without getting cheesed. So if you see Bean hit another pole, my bet is that he's going to be going over. Meanwhile, looking at a different spot in the pack here, we have Roman trying to get by Camby again. Just another rough moto for Roman. I mean, same thing as the first one, really, just a crappy start. This one, he got an even crappier start, believe it or not. And he's just having a rough time. And this is probably, I mean, Detail's got to be getting mad points gains as well. He passed by Slaunch with that Houston sweep, and he's possibly going to close in on Roman now with this performance. I mean, unless Roman can just pull off a crazy comeback. But yeah, Detail's definitely going to be gaining points. And, you know, Roman in that points leader position, a lot of pressure. And with a race, with an overall event like this, you kind of just have to, you know, get it out of your head for the following weeks and move on. You know, try to forget about it. Try to just focus on the future and get better finishes and lock in that championship if possible. With plenty of good finishes. 3 minutes remaining, and you can see these Lil Pump guys are really close to Bean, just right there behind him. I mean, if Bean slips up, it might be another Lil Pump 1, 2, 3. So Bean's definitely got to be careful in this situation. Pressure is on for him, especially because Real Deal has been very aggressive. Real Deal is friends with Beans, but he hasn't. You could just tell he hasn't been nice or extra nice with him at all. He has made 2 very aggressive moves, and Bean's done the same in retaliation. Whoa, Detail getting really loose right there. Luke had to kind of go outside to avoid that. That's going to slow both of these guys down a little bit and ruin possibly their chances at getting in that second or first place position. Or not necessarily ruin their chances, but it's definitely going to alleviate any kind of you know, possible move that they could have made in 1 or 2 laps. It's going to take them a little longer than that now to catch up. Going to go to a different shot of the back of the pack here. Fireball takes out the camera operator. What the heck, man? Already taking out freaking members of the stands. We had that happen on MCC. We had some fans in the stands killed, and now we have a camera operator. Come on, dude. I can't keep losing guys. All right? There's only so many Spartans on payroll. They're out there fighting the war, but whatever. Going back on Luke's on board, you can see a nice view of the top 4 from here, and it's just very close. Probably going to see more battles between these top 4 drivers before the race is over because they're that close in time. Luke with a pretty good chicane run right there. Yeah, it looks like he's gaining a little bit on Detail. Probably not going to be able to do anything in this corner, though. So we could possibly see a battle for third here. Go through the neg camber clean. Yeah, they're just right on each other's bumper. And you see Real Deal and Bean as well, very close to each other's bumpers. So these are just 2 really nice battles here. But Detail gets just a great run into the neg camber right there. That was pretty dang good. That was one of the better neg camber runs I've seen all race. 1 minute remaining, not that much time left. These races go by so fast. I don't get it. when you're racing them, it feels like they take forever, but when I'm here commentating them, I feel like they go by in 2 minutes. It's actually ridiculous. Yeah, these guys, I'm sure there's been good battles throughout the rest of the pack, but these guys in the top 4 have just been so close that it's hard to not watch them. And, you know, the times are close. I mean, if you look at the qualifying times, Detail didn't get the pole by much. He got it by, like, 0.03 of a second or so, and there was, like, 4 or 5 drivers all within a tenth or so, which for an oval, that's normal, kind of. I mean, for an oval, it's usually more grouped up. But for a GP, that's actually insane that the times are that close. Like I said, on an oval, you'll expect that. On a supercross, you're going to expect really wide gaps. But on GP, you do not expect the gap to be that tight. It's actually ridiculous. Looks like Real Deal and Bean's still close, but there's not that much time. 3 laps to go. If he wants to make a move, he's going to have to make it soon. Going into the chicane. Oh no, and Luke makes contact with the pylon late in the race. There's Roman in 5th. Is Luke going to be able to recover fast enough to get that position? I don't know, but Fireball and Camby both go down in the first chicane as well. Bunch of late race incidents here. What the heck? Looks like the first chicane is the worst chicane for these guys this race. Second chicane seemed like it was causing a lot of problems previously, but this moto, it's all about the first chicane. Regardless, though, both chicanes definitely dangerous on this track. And we're going to follow Real Deal here, hopefully for these last couple laps. 2 laps to go. He's got to go into full throttle mode. Smooth moves now, or smooth moves, my bad, sorry. Smooth moves mode right now. He's got to engage and try to gain as much time as possible, and then he's got to make the pass. So this is going to be a huge rally here for Real Deal if he can make another attempt at Bean. He's had 2 solid attempts, and Bean has just came back aggressively on him with Night. I mean, you can't really blame Real Deal for any of those opportunities because Bean he just did exactly what he needed to do, and there wasn't really anything Real Deal could have done to counter it. It was just really nice racing out of Bean. And early in the race, Real Deal is getting pretty close constantly, but later in the race, it seems like Bean's really found his groove. And Real Deal, every time he catches, he'll lose a little bit, and it just kind of keeps going back and forth, and he hasn't really had another one of those opportunities. White flag, final lap. This could be Bean's first moto win on Halo 5 for HRL. It's crazy that I'm saying that and that it's been 2 seasons. I thought he would have had one by now, but it's been a long time coming, and it looks like he might be able to do it. Racing a little safe right there. See Real Deal getting aggressive in the neck camber, doing everything he can to gain every little bit of time that he can. Real Deal making gains, going through the neck camber. He's getting close to Bean. Not going to make this easy. He's right on Bean's bumper. Oh no, what's going to happen? Could we see a Fox Lake repeat? Real Deal right there. It's going to be all about the Guerco corner. Bean runs it perfectly. Absolutely perfect run through the Guerco corner, and I think he just locked it up right there. Bean05 is going to win his first moto on Halo 5. Real Deal second, Detail third. Luke's going to hold on to 4th, Roman 5th. And we got a little bit of a gap there. Looks like we're going to have Fireball 6th, Hunter 7th. And we're going to have Camby coming across the line in 8th. And we got a little bit of a gap. Okay, looks like we got Opix, I'm assuming, in 9th. Oh, yeah, definitely. Justice 10th, Vulcan 11th. Wow, Vulcan, really, wow. That was a bad second. That's what I'm saying about Vulcan this season. Like, he needs to string 2 motos together. He needs to get a good overall event. He always gets one really good moto, and then the other one he just kind of yits the bed. Final driver coming across the line. There's going to be your results on screen. We're going to have the moto results and the overall event results. Great second moto right there. I definitely enjoyed that one. Really close battles and firm handshakes all around afterwards. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Going to have the next race, Grizzly, a sick oval, classic oval coming up soon. Been raced in the Champ Series, been raced in Season 4, and it's been one of the more consistently fun ovals, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. Oh, my voice is worn out today. See you guys next time.